Agree with Benny that in the end the entries are that shallow that Fremantle were just able to work the ball out, and also 2 50-metre penalties which were uncalled for, a little bit undisciplined, which gave them shots at goal they shouldn't probably have had.
Pfeiffer's sneaked around to the side of the square, coming in off the wing. His opponent Cameron comes from screen right. It goes over his head.
Nichols did well to win the tap, but beautifully sharked by De Boer to get the effective clearance for the Dockers. May trying to step around Pavlich, couldn't find that easy, and again run over the line this time by Mackenzie for the Gold Coast.
Been watching Gary Ablett too, especially late in that quarter. I think that Crowley's got into his head. He's not covering the ground as well as I'd like. He's got to work a little bit harder. Try and work him over also, but let's see how he goes in his second quarter. That's a good tackle, wasn't it?
Good. Mundy trying to get past. O'Meara's got Crowley, but they had weighted numbers wins out for Fremantle. De Boer into the path of Barlow. Now he has Hill scooting past. Hill manages to get boot to ball, kicks it up high. Main's good overhead, but Broughton affects the spoil, but there'll be a free kick. High across the shoulder, and underneath that, Main will take the shot at goal.
And another look at this.
Here it is here.
It's the right arm.
The other arm,
pretty stiff, though, isn't it? You've got to try and spoil him with wet weather. Don't know what else you could try there.
Yeah, he just draped it over the shoulder.
And we don't expect Chris Main to miss a set shot from here. Weather regarding, it's just a wonderful shot at goal. Best in the competition.
It's one of those ones, wet weather, you really do have to place the ball completely in the absolute dead centre of your foot. And we're talking a matter of 5 mils to the side, and it'll take a swing, it'll take a slice in this weather.
Didn't make it, which is interesting. That breeze is a little bit stronger than we think, so he's a bit mystified by it as well.
Nick Rewalt's the best at the moment, Matty. I don't think
he's kicking well, isn't it?
His action's good, Rewalt.
He missed one today.
Oh, he did he?
Yeah, he missed one.
So he spoiled the party over 2 weeks.
Yeah, so what's he got, 9-1? Kick one from the boundary was pretty impressive.
Oh, he's done something,
He's done a calf muscle.
Yeah, that's a calf.
So Walter's in trouble.
Calf or Achilles.
He's not going off just yet. Pavlich, good vision.
He's got to come off.
Walters is in the background.
In the orange boots.
Has he just tweaked something that...
No, he's got to come off, mate. You can't pull up like that. See, the thing is, you've got to know your body and a bit more experience here. Now, you watch him, not here. It's on the kick in. He chases.
Maybe he hurt himself there.
He might have hurt his knee there, and then when he tried to chase...
It looked like soft tissue to me because he just hopped off the ground to release the pressure on it.
Well, Main had a shot, didn't make the distance. Barlow, he kicks it perfectly. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. Goal Barlow. Dockers get 5.
The extra 5 metres closer to goal means a world of difference, doesn't it? I mean, he can guide it through from there, and he just gets it completely dead set centre of the foot, streamlines everything towards goal. Let's have another look here.
Well, that's just Matty Pavlich. Okay. Really good look inside the corridor there.
Yep.
But Walters, I was just going to say, when his opponent kicked in, Trent Mackenzie, he played onto the right. And Trent Mackenzie's never kicked on his right foot in his life, and then doubled back, and that's when he might have turned and hurt himself, when he was chasing him then.
So we'll keep an eye on Walters. He's still out there. He's just walking around.
See, I reckon if that's soft tissue, he's got a tinge in it, it's worth coming off to make sure, because if he actually explodes on a lead now, and the tinge, he'll tear it completely. I think he's going to come off. He has to. He's limping, Dicko. He's coming towards you.
Swallow might win a free kick here.
Yeah, the ball too hard at the contest.
Yeah, he's off now. Pierce on. Walters off.
This will be interesting. Did he get it in that knee in that incident?
Dixon couldn't quite find it. O'Meara was guiding, crossing through, and didn't take it.
Well, we've got the camera down there. He's pointed to the front of the shin.
Yeah, he's talking about the ankle. They're just checking the front of his ankle, Dermot. So sometimes when you don't quite kick it, you actually jar the front of your foot.
Yep.
And he's pointing towards that right now, and that's what he's just said. He's got like he's just jarred it.
And the free kick here, this time Ablett.
There we go, Gary.
He's got to get on the board with it.
He's gone Mackenzie.
Mackenzie does kick it a long way, but he's gone to the top of the square, hoping for some tall timber. It drops a bit short. It falls for Swallow. He hands it off. Matera, the snap, it goes back the other way. Not what he wanted. The first score they've had for quite a while.
Against this team, against Fremantle, and they get such good presence down there. There's the Walters re-strap.
A little bit extra strapping at the bottom.
Yeah, but they get so many numbers around it. you got to take the shot when it's on offer, even if it's a snap kick, because they will not allow you that many chances to impact the goal face.
Yeah, the more you handle it,
they want that.
Yeah, the more it's going to come unstuck.
It's another extra second or two for them to dispossess you.
Pavlich's kick pulls up short.
It's dangerous corridor kick.
Yeah. Nichols on hands and knees, not really a lot to offer for him there. Ballantyne runs away, then caught. Holding the ball. Just can't quite get into the game as yet, Ballantyne. Very hard man to keep out of it for 4 quarters.
Super.
May to a contest. Day went without it. Dixon didn't. Ablett, quick hands. Presti has a little bit of time. The kick just over the back. Harbrow first to it. Will he come back? No, it's off the outside of the boot. Touched.
He marked that on the line.
Yeah.
Could have sworn Harbrow was going to well, the kick in. It's been smothered straight away. Another chance here for the Suns. They won't get many this easy.
He ducked into that. Into it.
Dixon knocked it out. Harbrow again. By hand. Lynch, a fumble.
Good contest.
Johnson and Day, the big men get involved. Free kick. Ablett again. They're watching very closely what happens with Ablett. Oh, sorry. It's going back to Day.
Just have a look at that Harbrow snap again. When we get a second, I'll tell you the difference between a bloke who's played in the back line predominantly and a bloke who's a natural forward.
Day from outside 50 strikes it okay. And it's a beautiful kick from Sam Day. He's got 2. That's one the Gold Coast really needed.
You could see that carry, couldn't you? So there's no doubt the breeze. Let's have a look.
Let's have a look at this. Now, a natural forward turns back and does a full clockwise circle to get to the top of the square and snap on the left foot. But being a backman, he thinks, I've got a millisecond to get this ball unloaded, and he's on the wrong foot, and he just snaps forward, and it's gobbled up because there's, as I said, the numbers they have around that Fremantle is fantastic.
So Day kicks his second, and the good news for Fremantle is that Sonny Walters is up and looking to come back on the ground.
He's taped his ankle, Matty, giving the thumbs up, ready to come back on now.
O'Meara, he's finding it hard to get into the game as well. Mundy usually finds it pretty easy. Beautiful kick off the outside of the boot to the lead of Pavlich, who wants to move it quickly. 60 metres out from goal, smothered, gets another chance. Quick boot to ball. Sun's in the way though. Prestia wider, Lemons. Little chip kick. There's a poor one. And they've kicked 4 times, they've kicked it out on the full. On that side. Inboard again. It's a lazy kick from the Dockers. It's been cut off. They have numbers around the ball. Lynch. Into the corridor it goes. Prestia. Stanley. O'Meara's there. So too Spur. Shaw got a man going past.
Good presence by O'Meara. Put the body over it and made the spill.
Swallows kick onto the chest of Dixon. It's a very open forward line. And he's got a man in the middle in Prestia and finds him. Lynch wants it long. Day leads. They both lead to the same side. Day misses it. Hill goes back. Mundy helping out. Wanted Johnson. Day did enough to put it down to ground and put it out of bounds. Opportunity missed for the Suns there. Sandilands. He's got Mundy one side and he hits it straight to him. And a fumble from Fife. Shaw. Ablett. There's plenty of distance on that kick. Michael Johnson likes that sort of situation.
Well, this is where they were in the game early, I thought, in the first quarters. They caused a number of these stoppages, didn't they?
Yeah.
So the last 5 to 7 minutes have been okay for Gold Coast.
That's the key for sides that are on the improve, to maintain the intensity against the good sides for the entire quarter. It's very difficult to do. Sandilands down in front. Ablett trying to bust through. Pretty hard to do. It ends up with Sandilands. You wouldn't have thought that. Clearing kick. Pavlich didn't really take possession. Plenty of players trying to do that. Ballantyne couldn't. Cameron off the left boot. Dangerous kick. Crummer needed for the Gold Coast. Big men there. Hall. Sutcliffe, Barlow on hands and knees. Mzungu. Yeah. Clearing kick. It is a slippery ball for Hanneth. Mundy working extremely hard defensively. Kick over Thompson's head. Well read by Fife. No one up forward. It's a one-on-one situation for Shaw and Ballantyne. Has to wait. Get some run from Pearce. And good closing speed and spoil from young Lemons.
Just have a look for youngsters at home. This is why Matty Pavlich is a star player. He goes with his hands out in front first term and then drops down. He knows he's probably not going to hold it one grab like that.
Take the pace off it.
Yeah, get the thumbs, take the pace off it, and then come down to your chest to make the certainty of it mark. That's why it's been so good for so long.
Play on the call. Mzungu went down. Got up pretty quickly though. Nichols squeezing kick out. Stanley right with Sutcliffe. Numbers for Freo. Another holding off the footy free kick. Umpires really wary of that tonight.
We've got a few players forward now, Gold Coast.
And Stanley heads towards Lynch. Mzungu. Duffield. Ran out of room. Throw in. 11 points is the margin. Plenty of players around the ball. Mundy doesn't have an opponent. He'll just get back into the hole and come charging towards it. Ablett. Slippery ball. Tough for anyone to really just grab it and go. And wait for it to slide out. It does. Even then, it's a hard one for Walters to take.
Luke McFarlane, boys, as you can see just on screen, came off. Grabbed at his ankle as well, so I think they're just going to restrap this as well.
Spot on, Dicko. Again, Mundy, how can Mundy, a player of his quality and calibre, have no man manning him up at the throw-ins? Holding free kick. And it's going to McKenzie.
They're getting the odd man free. I mean, Swallow straight ahead down the line, but it's got to take a perfect kick, and he's not going to trust himself in this weather. That should go over.
Dixon. Sandilands, well, he gave it up to Lemons in game number 2, and he hits it up very high. Big spoil from Dawson. Hits it to the boundary, and it cannons into the fence. Rain continues here at Patterson Stadium. Clear day all day until just as Tony Shaw and Dermot Brereton got on the ground. It started raining. I'm sure he had warned them that that was going to be the case.
Sure is like that cartoon character with the cloud just hovers around above his head. If you go out the back of the stand, it'll dry up on the inside, Shorey.
Have a look at that. That is incredible. They said they haven't had rain for 60 days, I think, Bill.
Dixon hit it forward. Riscatelli knew it was going there. Tough kick from there. Bangs it into the post.
Now there's that stoppage though, Matty. See, when they create these stoppages, they just hem them in, and you've got to play it in your forward half or try and get some time inside 50 or forward 50 from both sides. I think Gold Coast would be ahead, I would believe.
That's a great contest.
Fife and Matera, and Fife slowest to get up. We know he's very tough. He's still down, and Ballantyne trainers get over to Fife.
So what, Mundy's the man though, boys. They've got to try and get some control of Mundy. Even maybe O'Meara go to him for the next 5 to 7 minutes. He's had 9 possessions this quarter.
Now, was Matera actually involved in the contest? Because the angles probably saved him. If he was coming any more
forward,
any more from the front on, he's running with the flight of the ball. Because in reality, he actually wasn't trying to spoil the ball or play the ball. If we watch that again, if it comes up again at a later date, you'll see him not look at the ball and just attack the man with his own body as a wrecking ball.
I don't think there's any real concerns with Fife down here, boys. Just grabbed it. He just knocked the wind out of himself. Doc's just checking at the moment.
Daniel Pearce with a bit of time and space to send it inside his forward 50. Big pack forms down at ground level. May couldn't get boot to ball. Swallow. Quick hands to Kolajasny. Looked up. Saw a contest in the middle. Mzungu marks well. And moves it quickly. To the fat side, hoping for Pavlich. Beautiful pass. Mzungu done some really good things in this first half. Kicked a great goal, and now he has set up his skipper in Matthew Pavlich.
Yeah, he's just had that little bit of extra. Although he hasn't been in the game for the AFL level for years and years, he's quite an experienced player. We know he came in as a mature ager, and he just seems to have that little bit more maturity on his side. He wasn't manned up by Sam Shaw on the mark there, but opposed to him for most of this quarter. And just seems to have a little bit more know-how, given the conditions.
So Pavlich. Right on the 50. Wrong side of the post. So the kick's going to be a dangerous one. It's going to beat everyone, though. Straight past. Lynch waited for it, and they waited for him.
Did that well, though, Lynch, then.
Didn't overcommit. Pearce, Harbrow cuts it off. The pinball machine, he bounces around off a couple of dockers. Good pressure, Fremantle. Very hard to get clear here, the Suns.
Tell you why that was good from Tommy Lynch. When he first went at the ball, he didn't think he was going to make it, but it slipped through. So it carried a little bit more, and he took the speed off his attack on the ball, so he knew he then could grab the ball in one hit. So smart play.
Kolajasny gets dumped. Got a boot in there from Dixon. Punched out by Lemons. Waiting for it Monday, though. Uncharacteristic fumble from him, but he's back on. He just paddles it towards Duffield. He needs to hook it into the danger zone. Subin really take it. And it's free kick Fremantle.
So the crowd gets involved on it. The noise of the crowd. Look, the free kick was probably there, but as soon as that crowd got involved, the umpire's whistle came pretty quick. Let's have a look. Did he go to ground himself, or did? Oh,
that's light.
It's light
in this condition.
Light. I think that's well summed up there.
Given what Nathan Fyfe endured in that marking contest.
So Pavlich misses from the 50-metre line on the outer side. Subin will be inside that 50 by a few metres, and he's kicked it almost to the exact same spot. So just letting the Suns off the hook a couple of times there, Fremantle.
Now you have a look at this. The Fremantle kick-in zone. It is that is every Fremantle player on screen right now. Okay, one creeps out to the right there. So you have to be precise, or just say, right, make it somewhere else. The problem's got to go somewhere else.
Get this over the top, though. You've got to run back.
You've got to find someone with speed here, because there's no one up forward. And McFarlane tracks back, and he takes a look over his left shoulder.
Be under pressure, though.
He's probably the quickest bloke on the ground, though.
Yeah. He saw Johnson was a little bit too far away, so he had to go back up the line.
Good. Well done. In this era of science in football, and we do this, and we have extra plus ones, and somebody does something to the opposition, that ball gets down there from 2 long kicks. Just nothing else. Hard work, 2 kicks.
Pavlich couldn't take it. May wins the free kick. And he's got a man in the middle. Thought about Lemons. Thought it might be a bit risky. I'll take the safer option up the line to Amira. Fremantle have closed everything up, though, so he's forced to kick to the contest. Dixon at the back. Flew. And might go for Matera off the ground. Oh, almost made something out of nothing there. Almost kicked a miraculous goal, but he gets another behind.
Saw Paul Chapman, was it last night, kick one out of the air, and it spiraled beautifully as a torpedo, and that one had perfect backspin.
Yeah. Player down.
Here's a variation of their kick-in zone. It's like they've gone nearly man on man.
Almost man on man, that kick, yeah. Up goes McKenzie. Tap back by Main. It falls for Walters. Hard to get clear, and Walters just paddles it over the line.
We'll get an idea of it here. We'll have a real study of this one and see what happens here with the throw-in. We've already seen Mundy peel off. Oh, this is the kick-in. Mundy's already peeled off defensive side of the pack. Harbrow's out the back. It's Mackenzie's his actual opponent. That defensive side of the pack.
Well, they're allowing a Fremantle man there because I don't think they want to roll off half forward up Durham to allow Fremantle to have that loose man deeper. Well, as you said, like Johnson or
they
something
can't.
like that.
They can't because Johnson's already the extra man behind play as well. Another 30 down the line in front of Big Charlie Dixon. So they've got one extra at the pack, and now they've got an extra one down there. Johnson won't impact it. It's going to go out.
It goes out on the full, so that continues to be a bit of a theme for the Suns, kicking it out on the full.
Yeah, in contrast, Gold Coast had Mackenzie defensive side of the pack and an extra one at the pack.
Hanneth attacked it, couldn't take it. Swallow, floating ball, very tough to mark. One for the Crummers here. Hall got through a bit of traffic.
There he is.
There's Johnson, but he's closed down.
Found a bit here.
Little quick give to Shaw. Can't afford to fumble against Fremantle, though, because that's why they've got numbers back. And this time it's Spur to clear. And Ballantyne was waiting for it. And Barlow's waiting for him in the middle. Goes longer, though, hoping for Subin.
Breeze held up.
It just held right up there. I don't know if those hammers are miniature anymore, Dern. They could be just large sledgehammers.
Come at him.
Barlow, well read, but it's gone through. May let it go past him. That's dangerous. 2-1 should win out. And the Suns to clear.
Yeah, Shaw's got a run to the wing. Oh, it's too late to get there. And he brings Mzungu into it. Good contest in the end.
Got a chance here, Fremantle. 5 sends it up high. Pavlich or just Ballantyne.
Good ball. You can carry on and say all the things you want about Hayden Ballantyne, but it's his turn. He'll put his nose over it. He'll put his head up in the sky and look at it coming down. And there's a real chance you've got 2 or 3, 4 blokes who are 100 kilo plus bearing down on one of the smallest men in the field there.
Well, we spoke about their massive giants in the midfield for Fremantle. Top 3 possession getters on the field other than Swallow. Barlow, Mundy, Fife. The 3 of them. Just, I think you've got to play a player off the pack. They're just getting too clear, to give them too much room.
Only thing is
2 steps.
Yep. Well, the great Peter Dacos in wet weather said your set shot should be 2 steps. I don't know if that was sort of wet weather muddy footy, but it makes a difference. The only thing with that, Shorey, is I agree with that. They look to be doing some damage. But when you go to the clearances, Gold Coast are only they're 2 ahead. So they're not really putting them to the sword by having those extra possessions there.
Well, that's because the forwards not finding it hard to mark the ball, I think, too.
Had a chance there, the Gold Coast. Just a messy handball just stopped their flow. And they've got hold of the ball, and that's well closed down again by Fremantle. Johnson, the man of the moment. See Sandilan standing there. Nichols did okay to back into him and cause the contest. Ballantyne, half a handball away to Pearce. Centering ball. May the big spoil.
He's in good form with that fist.
Yep.
Spud will be looking.
That's a good pick.
Sandilands. Cutting through 5. Dawson kept it low. Diving spoil again. This time it was Dixon. Stanley. Fife again. Just push it out of his back pocket there. Stanley.
That's going to come back with interest.
Very quickly. Spur. Looks into the middle. Besides Johnson's an option. There's clean bowl. Tira's got him. Just waited back there, Riscatelli. Waited for him to take it and then wrapped him up with a tackle. The umpire was in perfect position to say that's held to him.
But we had Ballantyne a little bit further around from you, Ben. He went for that mini balk and he slipped and went to ground. I think the tackler collapsed on him, but he's in a world of bother here.
He looks a bit rattled down. Yeah, he's not quite sure where he is actually, so I'll just check out whether it's a little bit of concussion.
Yeah, he was trying to slip and slide through underneath the tackle. I reckon he's taken the full body weight on the back of the neck.
2-on-1 situation there. They just went a little bit wide there, the Gold Coast, so we keep a good eye on Hayden Ballantyne.
Let's have a look at this. So he got possession of the ball. He runs towards the boundary from memory. Here we go. Yeah.
Head slam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not pretty. I mean, when he came to the bench then, boys,
Full force of the tackle.
Right arm pinned.
Yeah, I was just saying, when he came to the bench, the trainer actually had to push his head like the coppers do to get you in the car, so he's not quite sure where he is at the moment.
Had much experience with that?
I've never been in that position.
Open yourself right up there, Benjamin.
Yeah, they're very generous, the police.
May.
A little boy from a country town just
Oh, he ducked his head, May. Umpire read it well, holding the ball. Good umpiring. Had prior opportunity, decided to duck into it. Just haven't been able to break free this quarter, have they, the Dockers?
No.
You know, the margin's still the same as it was at quarter time. Sandilands will get there, and everybody gave up on that, including Cameron. And if they turn around, they can mark it. Brought it to ground. Prestia.
Almost marked that.
Yep. Quick hands.
Extra numbers.
Yep. And extra numbers at this end.
Yeah, the +1 back has really hurt. Gold Coast don't look like scoring, but Fremantle aren't hurting the other way. So we've got a stalemate right in the middle of the field at the moment.
Big punch out. That's gone 30 metres and might not find the line just yet. It hasn't.
Big Aaron thought, oh, that's going over. Will he get back in time to actually... Might hit him in the back of the head here.
He just turns around, it's in midair. Nichols will win it down to O'Meara.
That's got to be a sign he's looking for the interchange, doesn't it?
Ablett down. Mundy's just been superb. Rory. Yeah, he wanted the boundary, just let it go. And here's a chance here for Fremantle. Hannah for the 1-2. The fumble, costly. Main again, stepping over the top. Wants Subin to run onto it. Nothing happening there.
And the rain has officially stopped, boys.
There's it.
For a while, anyway. Still that 2-goal margin, and we're down to 70 seconds remaining in this quarter. It hasn't been a pretty quarter of football, but the conditions don't really allow for it. Crowley, caught. Prestia. Doesn't really do anything wrong there, Pavlich. And he shakes his head. What is he supposed to do? .48 seconds. You'd think the runner's been out now just saying, kick down the line, get a stoppage, out of bounds will do. Dixon up. Mundy again. This man on the ground. Pavlich. Wants Barlow. Mzungu. Can they get one late here, the Dockers? The danger man is Main. Couldn't get away from Thompson, and Rory Thompson brings him down. Ablett will take the advantage. Crisscross through the middle to Prestia. They've got 19 seconds. Day is on the lead. No one up forward for him to kick to, though. Needs some hard running.
Oh, he's got a hold. He's got a hold here. Be very patient. Just short chip it. They'll run out of time, but you don't want to turn it over, and it's going to go straight to them. See if they get numbers.
Need a mark or a crummer. Dixon. Ran out of time. Ran out of room. Ran out of puff. Just a 1 goal each in that quarter. There's a 12-point margin at quarter time. It's remained the same. Goals very hard to come by. The Dockers let the Suns off a couple of times in that quarter. Some set shots. But the Suns are hanging in there.
They're up for the task. Contested possessions, they're only -3, the Gold Coast. In clearances, they're +2. So they're up for the task. They're matching this seasoned veteran team from Fremantle.
Plenty of contested possessions from those midfielders that Tony Shaw talked about. One of them, of course, is David Mundy's won 10 contested possessions. He's with Ben Dixon right now.